Well, we are on a climb. About 1,000 feet of elevation gain to reach the top of the escarpment here at Blue Mountain in beautiful snowy Ontario, Canada. Hey, temperature today. Well, right now it's about -4, -5 degrees Celsius, but apparently it's going to warm up to about -2. So really quite balmy for this time of year. February the 17th, I think today, Monday. Wow. We're on a 25-kilometer hike. We're on our way to the Osler Bluff. The Osler Bluff is an absolutely beautiful, stunning lookout point. The highest point on the escarpment at about 1,500 feet. So not huge by any means, but still gives a really nice vantage point. We're hoping it's going to be clear. We're hoping to capture some images from that vantage point, overlooking the valley, maybe Georgian Bay, and maybe even the town of Collingwood, depending on our position and visibility. Wow. We continue this climb. We're at about, we've already actually done about 800 feet of the 1,000 feet climb. So I'm puffing and panting, but that's okay. Pack weight's about 20 pounds with all my gear, plus a coffee in my thermos and lunch and snacks. We're going to be out on the trail today for probably between 6 and 8 hours, depending how long we actually stay in one place to photograph or capture an image. Yeah, Gary here with Gary Clayton Photography. Hey, welcome to my channel. Now today we're also trying out a new video recorder, a new action cam. And even though a couple of months ago I said I won't upgrade from my GoPro Hero 7 Black, well, today is the maiden voyage of my GoPro Hero 8 Black. I just purchased this yesterday. Saturday. So this morning, unpacked it from the box, charged the batteries, made some adjustments to my settings, which we'll talk about down the trail. And yeah, here we are. Let's go. As the sun's rising more and more into the sky today, we're starting to get some really nice light work its way through these trees and onto the trail. The trail itself, well, we're actually on the Bruce Trail, Blue Mountain section, a trail that we are very familiar with, and all its challenges, and it does have challenges, which, by the way, change daily, especially in the winter months, depending on snowfall and winter conditions. The section I'm on right now is a well-traveled kind of section, well-hiked, of this particular trail here, this part of the trail, and so it's quite well packed. We've had no major snowfalls in the last few days, and this trail is used pretty much every single day by hikers through here. There are sections of the hike further down the trail that are not used at all in the winter months, and they become extremely difficult, post-holing if you will, to knee and thigh high snow. So it does have its challenges. It's a 25-kilometer total hike today that we're doing in search of landscape images. Now, that's basically 12.5 kilometers to the bluff and 12.5 kilometers returning by the way we came, to give us the total of 25 kilometers and about a total of 1,000 feet elevation gain as far as the gain goes, and probably about 3,500 feet gain overall throughout the actual hike. Now, speaking of treacherous, this is one of those areas. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're looking for some nice landscape images and maybe a large vista image looking from the bluff itself, and maybe things a little more intimate as we kind of work our way through along the trail and through the forest. As I've mentioned, it's a maiden voyage for our GoPro Hero 8 Black. A couple of little settings that I change instantly, and this camera is capable of much more, but I have standard settings that I use pretty much all the time for my vlogging needs, which is 1080p, linear, 60 frames. So that is my basic settings that I go to. Ever since I left or changed from my GoPro Hero 5, I noticed battery life is terrible on the 7 and probably on the 8 too. So I do everything I possibly can to help reduce battery consumption or prolong the life of the battery, such as I drop the screen brightness down to about 40%, I turn off Wi-Fi, this kind of stuff, things that I'm just not using on the trail. No point using power on that. The stabilization on this GoPro Hero 8 promises to be amazing. The 7 was great. Improvements made to the 8. Also, something that's really good is on the still photography side of things. Now granted, people don't generally go out and buy a GoPro of any kind with still photography in mind, but being a long distance hiker and photographer, weight is always an issue, especially when I'm hiking long distance trails. So in that case, I do actually use, challenging part, I do actually use my GoPro to capture still images, and this will allow me to capture in-camera HDR raw files in a linear focal length, if you will, or field of view. So that really is an improvement for me over the 7. However, for today's photography shoot, it is all about photography, and we are shooting with our Fujifilm today. Our Fujifilm X-T100 mirrorless camera. Our learning curve and progress still continues with that camera. So yeah, a little bit about what's going on here. Woo! Now right here, down to thigh-deep snow. Oh, just off the side of the trail there. Wow. Yeah. It promises to be one challenging day. I did this same hike actually last Thursday, just a few days ago, but the conditions were so bad I did complete the hike, but there was really no opportunities for any kind of serious photography at all. The visibility was like zero in a lot of the case, in blowing snow, whiteout conditions, cold temperatures, and from the bluff itself there was nothing at all to be seen. I did create a video though on that hike, which you can actually watch on my second YouTube channel, Trail Named Jasper. I'll put a link up to that video right there for you. But yeah, check that out and see what you think. Okay, again, let's continue. The day promises to be exciting. The conditions are much better. The skies are clearing. It's becoming much brighter. Yeah, hopefully the views from the bluff are clear today. Okay. The Silver Creek. Now the Silver Creek is a rapid river. It runs year-round. It's fed from quite a large lake, and it's absolutely beautiful year-round. In the winter time, it's gorgeous. Beautiful snow on logs and rocks. Absolutely stunning. And again, we have photographed this many times, but it is possibly, quite probably, my most favorite location on the whole Bruce Trail, or one of my favorite locations. It's definitely my favorite location in the Blue Mountain section. And again, we have photographed this many times, so we're not going to photograph it again today, but we were here about a month ago with a good friend of mine, Andre. Andre, by the way, is a PCT, Pacific Crest Trail crown holder 2019. Is also an amazing photographer, and both him and I was here about a month ago, and I am going to pop one of those images up right now for you to look at. So yeah, there you go. Awesome. A little bit of a climb here, but working our way along the trail to our final destination of Osler Bluff. Wow, the day just continues to get better and better and better. And right now we're on a nicely kind of packed, snow-packed part of the trail, which is beautiful. Right ahead of us, our first composition of the day. The way the snow is kind of gathered in layers along the fallen tree, if you will. Really quite interesting, really quite amazing. Just take a look at those layers. Absolutely stunning, and especially with the contrast of the ruggedness and the character of the tree trunk itself, or the tree branch. That's only a branch from a big tree. But anyhow, that is our first composition. So we're down low on the tripod. We've got the Fujifilm XT100, and you know what? Let's dial in some settings and let's see what we get here. So, okay, we have, and let me see now, let me put the glasses on, take a little look-see. And by the way, I am just absolutely loving this tilt screen on this mirrorless camera, this Fujifilm. It's great. So we have an ISO of 200. We have f8. We have a shutter speed of 1/180th of a second. Single shot. Let's take it. Nice. Okay, and you know what? Let us collect a little bit more data here, and let us just kind of go one stop over, collect an image, and oh, I just screwed that up because I moved it. So you know what? We're going to have to start over again because I just moved my camera. So that's not going to work. I didn't lock it in properly. Okay, let's start again. Okay, one image at what my camera tells me is correctly exposed. Let's take that, one image. Let's go to one stop under. Let's take that image. And let's go to what my camera tells me is 2 stops over. Let's take that image. And again, we are photographing snow. Let's go to 1 1/3 stop, and let's take that image. Okay, so we actually took a series of images there. And if we've got anything out of that whatsoever, poof, we're going to pop it up right now. Okay, first composition. Simple. Not an award-winning composition by any means, but absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Hey, let's pack up from here. Let's continue. We've got a long way to go yet before we get to the bluff. Okay, let's go. Okay, the trail continues to be relatively hard-packed. Here in Canada, it's a family day weekend, and this being a Monday is a provincial holiday. It's not federal, so it's not national, but it is a provincial holiday, and because of that, there's quite a few people, hikers and so on, using this trail today, keeping it well packed and hard underfoot, which is making it great for me, because on Thursday when I was here, it was not at all like that. So that is a good thing. Okay, let's keep going. How beautiful is that? Absolutely stunning. Wow. Well, we are getting close to our final destination of the Osler Bluff. We've got some blue sky out there. The air is clear. We should be in for an absolutely spectacular view today, overlooking the valley area, maybe even Georgian Bay. So yeah, it's going to be a really nice, it's going to be really nice to photograph. I'm very much looking forward to that. And just a few more minutes, we are going to be arriving at the peak, or Osler Bluff, highest point on the escarpment. Yeah. Now just take a little look here. This is just a little taste of things to come. But just take a little look through here. You can see the bay in the distance. Wow. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. Let's continue, because we are all but there. Just a little further along the trail. By the way, the last hour was indeed much more challenging. We were post-oling for the last hour. But in this little piece here, it is packed down well because, generally speaking, people come here. Okay. This is what we came to see today. Right up here. Man, what a gorgeous day it is. So different than Thursday. Thursday was high winds, super cold, whiteout conditions. But take a look today. Absolutely beautiful. Wow. There we go. Absolutely stunning. Nowhere else I'd rather be. Whew. Okay, let's get the tripod up. Let's capture some images. I'm thinking a panorama, but we'll see. Okay, we are set up on the tripod. What an absolutely stunning view. Unbelievably beautiful today. The sky is clear, the air is crisp. Man, how beautiful is this? Okay, let's just set up here and see. Yeah, maybe right there. This electronic zoom takes a little bit of getting used to, just a bit. But there you go, right there. I'm setting up for a panorama, so I have a portrait or vertical orientation on the tripod. I'm capturing just some of these branches just in the corner of my first image, just for some interest's sake. So you know what I'm going to do? I am going to take one image of actually you guys, and that is going to tell me where my panorama starts. Okay, what are my settings? You know what? I don't know. Well, I should, shouldn't I? Well, I know I have F11 because I picked that purposely. Everything else was, hey, what is correctly exposed? ISO 200, and I have a shutter speed of 1/400th of a second. Let's capture that first image. And there it is. Move to the right, allowing about a 30% overlap. Second image. Moving to the right again, allowing about a 30% overlap. That'll help stitch in Lightroom or Photoshop or whatever your editing software is of choice. Again, is that fourth or fifth image? Not sure. I think that was the fourth. One more. Over we go. You know what? And maybe just one more. Over we go. Just in case I want to. Now, I'm going to take one more image of you guys because you're so amazing. And it also tells me where my panorama ends. Wow. Yeah. Just take a look around. Take a look at the forest. Absolutely beautiful. Got some fellow hikers just arriving up at the bluff. Amazing. What a beautiful day. Okay. We've shot a panorama. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to let some other people take a look at this scene because it's beautiful. And then we're going to reset up and we're going to maybe take something in an horizontal horizontal orientation and see how we make out. Stand by. Break time. Okay, we're set up on the tripod again. We have horizontal or landscape orientation. Absolutely stunning little composition. In the top left corner we have branches from the trees. In the foreground we have the trees below us. Mid-ground we have the white fields in the town of Collingwood, and in the background we have Georgian Bay. Absolutely beautiful. Let us capture one image. Nice. Now let's go to about a stop under, 2/3 of a stop anyhow. Let's go to about a stop over possible HDR image, and I'm gonna go again just a little bit more, maybe a stop and a third over. I really do like to go that stop and stop and a third over, especially when I'm shooting a snow scene, because it's going to help me keep the snow white. Don't forget, the camera, the sensor wants to turn everything to an 18% gray, so it wants my snow to look gray, which is not what we want. Okay, you know what, absolutely beautiful location. We're going to pack up from here. We're going to start to head back on the trail, and we're going to see what else we can find. So as we head back down the trail, I'd like to give you a very early review of the GoPro Hero 8 Black. Now, can you call it a review? No. Let's change that to first impressions, because this is the maiden voyage for this particular camera today with me. So, one negative right off the bat. I'm not 100% sure that I like the new battery door. I found it a little fidgety, simply due to the fact that when you unclip it and open it, it doesn't open at least, say, 90 degrees from the body of the GoPro, let alone, say, more than that. Which means it pops off quite easily when you're attempting to change the battery, especially if you have a larger hand. I do. Maybe a lady's more petite hand would be better. It's just a negative, and I don't think it's a major negative, and I'm sure you get accustomed to doing it and changing the battery that way, and everything will be fine. But you wouldn't want to lose that door, especially out here in the deep snow, because it pops off quite easily. One positive, battery life does seem or appear to be somewhat better than it was on the GoPro Hero 7 Black. I have just changed to my second battery, which isn't bad, because I did this same hike only a few days ago in very similar kind of winter conditions, and I was recording that for my hiking channel, Trail Named Jasper, and I'd gone through 3 batteries to this point here, and I've just changed to my second battery today with the 8. So that to me seems a significant improvement. But again, it's really just first impressions, early stages. I just wanted to mention those 2 things about this camera that I've noticed right off the bat. Okay, let's keep going down this trail. The last, maybe 20 minutes of this particular hike takes me back down this kind of country gravel road, if you will, from the escarpment back down into the town of Collingwood, what we can see way in the distance there. I just wanted to share this view. It's a beautiful day, man. Anyhow, so lucky. The temperature is dropping quickly as we approach the end of the day. As I say, I'm about 20 minutes to my car from here, which is good. And you know what? I am delighted for several reasons. First of all, we got to try out the GoPro Hero 8 Black today, and I'm delighted with what I'm seeing for battery life. That is really an encouragement. Secondly, we did reach Osler Bluff, and it was beautifully clear. And we did shoot a panorama. I hope that turns out well. But let's, you know, I won't know until I get that back home to the studio and download that into Lightroom and see what we can do with that. But we did capture a few images today. No award-winning images, I know, but you know what? We had a blast. We had a lot of fun, and best of all, I got to share it with you guys. So I'm delighted about that. Anyhow, please, if you like what we're doing, give me a like, share, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, do subscribe. I would like our channel to grow, so do subscribe. Anyhow, like I said, we are going to get back to the studio and download these images into Lightroom. We're going to edit them. We're going to sit back with a cup of coffee and we're going to watch them. And we're going to do that right now.